How's it going, guys? This is Swiftdeathshotz, and this is a new video for you. I know I haven't done a video for a considerable amount of time. I've been busy doing things, getting my life sorted and playing through the meta and seeing what I like, testing stuff out. This will be a zombie build. It will be set up for not just a new ban list, but for new rules, so 5th draw, pendulum summons and stuff. The only thing is it doesn't include pendulum monsters because they're not out yet. So once we get that far, I'll bring you a brand new list as well for that too. But really, it's just looking at how the meta's changed with Hat, and in particular with the new Lightsworn ruler stuff, that I've been finding it really difficult to give you guys a decent zombie build for about a month now. Everything I tried doesn't seem to work or falls inconsistent. But this is something I'm going to test this weekend. I've tried it, I like it. I think I'm going to run this until we get the new stuff. The Zombiesworn seems to be the best way to go. I don't have needlebug nests, so this won't be an optimal build, as good as Lightsworn ruler, but it basically mixes up all the Lightsworn ruler stuffs and leaves the melee and malicious engine in. The reason I decided to do that will become clear as we go through. So really, I'm just going to go through the deck list now and show you all what I'm going to run and what I think is the best build and why I think this is. It will include 41 cards this time, not 42 like I normally run. I tried to put it down to 40 because in a milling deck you want to get as close to the bottom as possible, but I just needed that one extra space. So this is basically the deck list. So I'll go through it with you guys right now. Still got the 2 plague in here for the synchro push. The zombie master's gone down to 1 because you run triple lumina, so you don't need to play this so often, and you can reborn this with your Mizukis. The whole zombie contingent's dropped down in card size, so there's 2 Mizuki in here now because it's. I'll tell you why. This card's become, because the meta's got faster again. This card's become a bit worse due to being required. The requirement being to summon it, which makes it really bad. You have to get into the grave right away, which is why I'm only run 2 right now, and I find 3 is a bit irrelevant unless you've got lots more zombies in. Still the 3 Greffer. I tried to Curie Bandit, but it's really it doesn't get rid of these guys from your hand, maliciouses. So it's a bit like you get if you get a dead hand, you auto lose. This unlocks the dead hand and loads the graveyard full of more darks for you, which is really important. It's still warrior, it's still 4, and it's really still quite powerful at 17. So although it doesn't mill inherently straight away, you still get to do some good pushes off this. So it's really good for that. Still got the 3 malicious. I find this card's really good still. Malicious is really relevant at the moment. It's still really good. It's probably best of this core still, because I just find it's the one card that you can as most versatile, particularly with now the Lightsworn stuff and the new Raiden card. This can make Leo, so it's really good. Because it's a Lightsworn, Zombiesworn / Lightsworn build. I want to Necro Gardener because they're pitchable off the Dark Greffers. So you go Greffer, drop this, drop Plague, or drop the malicious if you already have it, and then you get to negate an attack and have set it up, which is really, really good. And you can also bring this back off Burial. It's just such a good card generally all around. It's just really, really, really good. So I enjoy running this at the moment. The last main dark I run is Gauze, because there's such minimum, because it's all milling, there's such minimum back row in this deck that and I don't run needlebug nests, so I need to protect myself from the OTK. So I run this because it's such a good card and people don't expect it at the moment. Although I said it was a Lightsworn build, it's also trying to optimize part of the dragons part as well. So in here we have 2 Eclipse Wyvern, easy to synchro with. When you send one, we'll come back to the place why this is so good. I only run the 2. I think 3 is too many, 1's not enough to see it. And when you mill it, you get its effect. Easy to banish with, so that's why I like that. Onto the Lightsworn bit. Double Lila, because you need some back row destruction. You need to get rid of back row, and it also mills free, so really good. This is the Key of the Lightsworn build. I hate my two Americans. I'll show you the difference. American, European. And you see the difference in colour and detail on the card. I hate it. But yeah. 3 Lumina, because this can pitch anything. So pitch your Mizukis, your Plagues, your Necro Gardeners, your dead cards from hand, your Dragon Rulers, which you're going to see. There's 2 Dragon Rulers in this build on your hand, and then just go off and mill as much as possible. This card is really powerful at the moment. I think it should have got hit, but it's still at 3, so I'm fine. And here's the new one, Raiden. In a vacuum, this guy mills 4 and a turn on his own, which is huge for a deck like this. So big. He has access to Leo. I don't run Leo extra deck, but he does have the access to the Leo. You can also make level 4, rank 4 pushes with him, and you can make level 8 synchros. So he's really good. I just generally like him all around. Plus the 17 going up to 19 is ridiculous. This card is ridiculously good. In a vacuum, it's one of the best tuners in the game. And warriors in the game too. So it's search buff Rota. I have a different build I could go with you, but we'll see how this one runs. Where I run double Rota, but we'll go through this one. And the last one of my targets for Judgement Dragon, because I play that as well, is Eren, because this card is ridiculous for sets right now. So things like hands, things like if you think they're going to run to a Raikou, or if you're playing raccoons and you don't want to run into the defense position monsters, just send them back. This is really good at getting around battle recruiters as well. So this card's really good at the moment, particularly main to the hands, and it mills 3, and it's 16. So again, I run that. I don't run the Honest. It's worth mentioning. I don't run the Honest, because if I don't see any of this light contingent, I find Honest is a dead card, and I don't really want it around. Plus, I mill so much that I don't feel that I need it at the moment. But we'll see. It can win games on its own, so I'll see what I decide to do with it. The last 2 of the Lightsworn contingent are the 2 JDs. This card's ridiculous right now. This card's searchable for Eclipse Wyvern. Why they made a card that can search Judgement Dragon, I have no idea, but hey, I'm going to use it. And the other one people might go, what at, is Dark-Armed Dragon. Again, Eclipse Wyvern can search for Dark-Armed Dragon, so why they made Eclipse Wyvern, I have no idea. Either way, I get to search for this every time an Eclipse goes, and with all the dark pushes I can do through Greffers, Malicious and Plagues, and then you get to banish the Necro Gardeners and the Plagues to make the right amount of numbers. The card is really relevant. This card is really good. This card can push early game all on its own and win. And the last other 2 monsters for this deck are the Blaster and the Redox. In a vacuum, these 2 aren't that good on their own, considering I only run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 dragon targets in the deck, but in the extra deck they have relevant targets, so there's a few more there and we'll go through that. Blaster also in a vacuum is really good to summon on his own, same as this. You banish the Eclipse Wyvern to get the other stuff to hand, then you get more dragon targets as well, so they're both really good. They also allow, with Dark Armed on the field, rank 7 pushes, so that's the other reason why Dark Armed's really good in this build. Onto the spells. The 1 charge, because I can't run more than 1. Just the 2 solar recharge, because this card is really good and I need to draw cards, so I only run the 2. 3 will clog up because I haven't got enough Lightsworns, basically. 1 lure, in case I open double Greffer, open that Zombie Master I don't particularly want to play with. This can be pitched off Lumina too if it's not that relevant, so it's fine. The Burial, this card is insane. This card is so good in this deck. There are so many things you can... This card is never nearly dead. The only issue is when you mill it. Bring back targets for a dragon. Bring back stuff that's been like banished for like Malian Plague and Mizukis. You can even with this stop the opponent's Eclipse Wyvern plays, putting their JDs and their stuff back into their graveyard off their Eclipse Wyverns. So that's really good as well. So this card's really good. Plus the outs that people can run, this card can help get around them too. 1 Book of Moon, because it's a chainable card that gets around Wiretap. I don't run Wabaku T-Raw at the moment, so I'm going to run some proper traps and spells that are chainable, even if I mill them. This is one of them. Book of Moon's a really good card at the moment. It's one of the best cards in the game. You can just stop so much. This card wins me games, so I'll charge it 2. 3 would be too cloggy. I don't want to open 2 in the starting hand like I used to under 3. I'd lose games with this build if I did that, so just the 2 is fine. If you get 1 off, you get to put so much on board. Particularly have Mali and Mizuki players already set up, so for that reason I just run the 2. And then we have some proper traps. So we have Bottomless, TT, Compulse, and of course Warning. The only other trap I want to run that I can't, because I don't have space for right now, is Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, because the amount of discards you can do from hand, such as dragons that can be dead in hand. Dragon Rulers can be dead in hand with this build if drawn too fast, so it's really good to put them in grave. Other than that, I'm quite happy with the main deck as a whole. That's 41 cards, so yep. And then we'll go to the extra deck. 1 Dweller, because you need to stop stuff still. You still need to stop hands. This card, Lava Chain, is ridiculous. Still set up your Mizuki pitch or the pitch that you need to set up the malicious plays. So that's really good. Emerald to reset stuff. If you mill your JDs and whatever, you need to put them back. 1 Arc and then 1 Exton, because cards are good, I suppose. Then we've got the 2 7s, which are Mecha Phantom Beast and number 11 Big Eye, for them times where I have enough in the grave where I can put both 2 7s up a turn on one turn, and I just really want to push. So that's why they're both in here. Goyle Guardian, because it's for the new Banlist, so that's why he's in here. And then it's Powered Insectron as well, because this card's good too. The 7s, I only run the Michael at the moment. I want to run Black Rose too, but I currently don't have one and have no space for it, so I have to make a decision on the rest of the stuff or what I'd cut. I suppose I would cut Void Ogre if I had to cut 1 card out of this lot that's in here, so that's really good, by the way. Now also I can bring a dragon up to overlay. So Blade has gone back in. Crimson Blade has gone back in because Lightsworn Ruler can't deal with getting bladed, so it's really powerful at the moment, so that's the reason that's back in. Scrap still, Void Ogre still, both these are relevant cards, both are really good, both are really powerful. The Bills is MVP still, and then Stardust as ever going in, so you still get to make the 2 8s, so you have there the toolbox of the 8s still. It's worth going through why this feels a bit more relevant with the 8s in terms of the Dragon Rulers, because if you have a look through here, Fire type, Dragon, 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 Earth type. Then you've got Gaio, who's also Earth. You've got Lava Chain too, who's also Fire. So that gives me an additional overall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more Dragon Ruler targets, which is really good. So that's another 2, that's 3 summons plus a burial. So I should be getting Dragon Rulers off during the matches, so it's really good because of that. And the 8 pushes, then when they send your dragons to the graveyard, are just basically more fodder. And they spend forever getting over bills just to get Big-Eyed or Drago sacked, which must be really frustrating. I want to talk a bit about this too. Basically, this card is coming back, and it's really, really powerful. You get a 28 beta for 6, so it's basically a Zombie Master Plague into this push, which is insane. So yeah, this card brings monsters out of the field. It makes Stardust less viable. I have not got its effect off yet. I keep getting it bombed into stuff, but this card is really, really... This card forces stuff, which in itself is a really good reason to bring it back. So yeah, the aim of this deck basically is to go through, mill as much as possible, protect yourself for your Necro Gardeners, and then set up for plays. Play your 8s as quickly as you can, because then once you've played your 8s as quickly as you can, let me just look for a Plague Spreader. Oh, have I done with it all? Anyway, play your 8 creatures can get your malicious and plague plays off really fast, and yeah, then you get to put bills on board. And then if you can pull off there's a really good lock you can pull off. If you can pull off the JD, the Judgement Dragon, and the bills lock, you can activate this one's effect, and then this one won't die, and you attack for 6k, and this can keep using its effect over and over, and the bills will not get affected by it. So that's the other reason. There's also options in this deck, I suppose, if I'm making 8s, to overlay for Felgrand, but I don't have a Felgrand, and I don't know what I'd take out either, guys. So if you have any suggestions on what to take out for Felgrand, I'm quite open to listen to them. But yeah, in general, this is a really strong combo. I like this combo. That's basically everything from me today. I'm sorry I haven't brought you more videos recently. I'll try and update you on this after the weekend, see how it goes at the weekend, and then I'll come back with a new video. So yeah, that's everything for me. I'll probably have a Sylvan video because I finally got my 3rd charity in, so I can have a look at that for you guys and bring you up a proper Sylvan deck list, not one that I've just bunged together off the internet and played over Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro and on Dev Pro. So that's everything for me today. Let me know what you think about the extra deck, in particular what I could take out to put the Black Rose and maybe even a Felgrand in. Other than that, cheers guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Over and out, bye.